Hi. Oh, okay. Okay, when I was 5 years old, I had one wish in the whole wide world that I wanted to be more than anything else. And given the title of my presentation, if you've heard that already, and that was to be a Disney princess. Now, clearly, I'm not here to talk to you today about making your dreams into reality because, frankly, I'm still kind of waiting for that. Any day would be great. Anyway, so when I was a little girl, like many little girls, I really wanted to be a Disney princess. And I'm not sure about the numerical data. I'm not sure if there's any out there to support this, but photographic evidence strongly suggests that I spent like 56% of my youth in some sort of sparkly, fluffy, tulle-like thing that was reminiscent of the Princess of the Week. And if you've never tried to tie your legs together and be Ariel, you weren't trying hard enough. All right. So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Disney princesses have been in some hot water lately. I mean, they're clearly a really menacing bunch, but they get a lot of criticism, and I don't really think that's fair. Because despite all of their sparkles and like fluffy stuff and happy messages and these nice little tunes you can tap your toe to, people think that specifically the original Disney princess movies really had some weak protagonists that really characterized these idealistically feminine characteristics of docility, innocence, and obedience. And Cinderella particularly manifests this with the time-honored lesson that if you cry for a really long time in a garden, someone will fix all your problems and then give you a husband, and it really works out well. Anyway, despite the post-feminist modifications to the Disney princess archetype, which include really new and innovative stuff like having original thoughts and opinions and like a personality, people still argue that Disney princesses exist in a world that's largely dominated by male authority and are kind of delusioned with this idea of true love. They also say that Disney princesses create kind of unrealistic expectations, but who's going to argue with that? I mean, I personally am disappointed every day when I sit down to dinner and my dishes don't serenade me. And it's even a bigger bummer when I wake up in the morning and I try to like go out and I duet with these birds and I warm up for it and everything, and like they just defecate all over my car, and I'm like, come on, guys, seriously? But despite all of these disappointments that have stuck with me throughout my life, I, as a 17-year-old almost adult who's kind of educated in like science and history and like the real world stuff, I still really like Disney princesses, and I don't really know why. I can't get past this. I can't hate them despite the fact that I don't know. And I thought about it for a while, and I realized why I can never get past the Disney princesses. It's because I'm jealous. And I'm not jealous of the dreamy prince much. And I'm not jealous of the perfect hair. And I'm not too jealous about the sweeping ball gowns either. Not even the show tunes that show up like at the perfectly timed interval right when you need them. Woo. All right. I am jealous because Disney princesses know what they want from their life, and I have no idea. Disney princesses have dreams, they have goals, they have things that drive them that are stronger than anything else, and I don't know where I'm going. And if you doubt that Disney princesses do have these strong convictions, I would like to read some specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely SMART goals directly from the Disney films. I want to be where the people are. I just want to see the floating lanterns gleam. I want so much more than they've got planned. So we've got some goal statements here. So I've kind of come up with this theory over my 17 years of cognizant existence that if you want to do anything in life and do it really well, you need one of two things, or both if you can get it. You need either destination or motivation. You either need a dream so strong that it pushes you to do anything possible to succeed, or just intrinsic motivation that will push you to make something, really anything, of yourself. Cinderella taught me destination in the most simple of ways. She taught me that you can't only look to escape what's around you, you need to pursue one thing that manifests all of your goals and your desires, and you need to go out and you need to get it. But if you don't work to stay there, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna wake up one morning barefoot next to the pumpkin you rode in on. So it's a lot more lasting if you drive yourself there. Jasmine taught me that you alone can choose your goals. No one can pick them for you. No one can choose your dream. At the beginning of the movie, Jasmine throws a little hissy fit because she doesn't want to get married, but trust me, by the end, she is more than ready to hop back on that bandwagon. But the difference was choice. If your parents or really anybody else tries to pick your dream for you, it can end up like this. Ariel taught me that to go get what you want, sometimes you need to make sacrifices. In order to swim on to greener pastures, I guess, you need to give something up, leave some things behind. But if you look at the Little Mermaid movie, it doesn't teach you that you should be ready to give up anything, because some sacrifices are just too big. I mean, without a voice, it's really hard to attract a man, or at least the right kind of man. So there are some things that you shouldn't leave behind, and that looking to achieve your dreams, to pursue your passions, you shouldn't make sacrifices that compromise who you are. Now, Belle was always my favorite Disney princess, and that was mainly because her dress was yellow, and my favorite color also was yellow, so we have a lot in common. But it was also because Belle, like me, didn't really know where she was going. She had no destination. She just wanted adventure in the great wide somewhere, and that really wasn't leading her anywhere. But all she did was follow her motivations. She just wanted to help her father. She wanted to keep her family together, and she was willing to stick with it, and she had the moral fortitude not to abandon people who needed her help. And because of that, she was rewarded in the end. Mulan is awesome. And she also didn't set out looking to save China. It just sort of happened. It's funny that sometimes when you're pursuing other things, you'll find your true goal, your true passion, what you're really meant to do. So that kind of helped me because I'm not as worried that I don't know where I'm going, because maybe, like Mulan, I too will save China accidentally. However, I don't think I'm quite as brave or skilled in the sword arts. Oh, and don't let me forget Sleeping Beauty, who taught me that above all, if you have neither destination nor motivation, you can actually take a nap and just wait for everyone else to solve your problems, and it's like 90% effective. Oh, that's a surprise. You're not supposed to see that. I'm sorry. Anyway, so to summarize, if you look back at these examples, you'll see that there's really no common blueprint for success in the Disney movies. You just see these two building blocks of destination and motivation repeated time and time again. Sorry, it's not professional. All right. Anyway, you just see these two building blocks, but unfortunately in the real world, there's no pixie dust or no fairy godmother that's going to help you along the way. So I'm going to end by sharing this anecdote from about a year ago. I was in Target shopping, and I overheard this young girl, "Mommy, Mommy, let's go look at the princess books." And I was like, "Girl, I feel you." But her parents were these really nice, progressive young people, and they were like, "No, honey, we want you to be more than a princess." And they dragged her away into something a lot more intellectual. It was probably a Margaret Thatcher biography. And I was like, you know what? I would like to say that I will be that parent, but I know that I won't be. If my daughter dives headfirst to go get the Sleeping Beauty dress out of the dress-up box, I'm not going to stop her. And if she puts in The Little Mermaid for the 500th time this week, I'm just going to let her do her thing, because I'm going to let her learn to achieve and dream and aspire to be something bigger than herself through the Disney movies, like my parents let me do. And hopefully, she will end up finding her happily ever after. And meantime, I'm going to be looking for mine, but if it doesn't work out, I have a backup option. All right, thank you for listening.